Welcome to Brain Vision.
So the first thing we're being asked to do in part A of this problem is to find the formula for A sub t, which represents the straight line depreciation for the office machine. And you're also given this formula A sub t. So what we need to do is substitute the values that they gave us. Well, they told us that C was equal to 5,200, that N is equal to 8, and that S is equal to 1,100. So let's go ahead and substitute those values in. So we would have A sub 8, because T is 8, equals C, which is 5,200, minus T, which we don't know. Oh, and I apologize. I shouldn't put an 8 here. I read that wrong, so it should be A sub T. So it's minus T times C, which is 5,200, minus S, which is 1,100, divided by N, which is 8. So now we just need to simplify this. So in this case, we would have A sub T equal to 5,200 minus T times, well, 5,200 minus 1,100 is equal to 4,100. And if we divide that by 8, we would be left with 512.5. So the way I'll actually write this is minus 512.5 T. So this formula can help us find the value after so many years. Okay, so now for part B. What we want to do is find the savage value after so many different years. So basically, they're giving you your T values. You just need to find A sub T. So if we want to find the value after 0 years, well, after 0 years, that's just the initial amount that it cost you, which was the original 5,200. Now, to find the value after 1 year, we can substitute 1 in for T. So we'd have 5,200 minus 512.5 times 1. Well, 512.5 times 1 is still 512.5, so 5,200 minus 512.5 is equal to $4,687.50. All right, so now we can find the value after year 2. Well, in this case, notice your formula. This represents an arithmetic sequence where A sub 1, notice 5,200 is our first term, and each time we're just subtracting 512.5 from the previous term. So one thing we could do to find A sub 2 is we could take our A sub 1 value, $4,687.50, and we could just subtract $512.50 from it, because that 0.5, you could have the 0.50. Well, $4,687.50 minus $512.50 is equal to $4,175. So that's the value after 2 years. So we could find the value after 3 years, the same process. So use the previous year, 4,175, minus 512.5. Well, that's going to end up giving us $3,662.50. All right, next we have to find A sub 4. Again, we can take the previous year, $3,662.50, and subtract 512.5 from it. And when we do that, we'll end up with 3,150. Okay, well now we skip a couple years up till 7. So we could just keep subtracting, or we could go back to our formula. So we can do 5,200 minus 512.5 times 7. So now you can go right to your calculator to figure this out. So 5,200 minus 512.5 times 7 would be equal to 1,612.50. So now to find A sub 8, remember, it's the next year, so we could just take 1,612.50 and subtract 512.50, which is equal to 1,100, which makes sense because they said at the end of 8 years, the value would be 1,100. So now we've found all the different salvage values.